What's up, everybody? So I've had this interview in my possession for a week now, but now it started to make its rounds over on Twitter, and more people starting to see it. Therefore, I'm gonna upload. Now, the reason why it took me so long is because personally, I think that he said a little bit too much, and I've been conflicted over the last couple of days to post this. This is not a leak of any kind. This is an interview that actually happened, but this is something I think I would have experienced more in the game. But let me know what you all think if you're still here, which means that you want to see the clip. So here it is.
So here we go. Mr. Ryan, like you just teed up for me a second ago, you are going to be playing Thor in the yet-to-be-released God of War Ragnarok. What would you say distinguishes your particular take on the character versus perhaps others that are out there in the mainstream?
He is fat. Very, very fat. No, so the creators of Ragnarok came to me, and it was, first of all, I was a fan of that video game from, like everyone, from the beginning. And then when I got the call, they were like, they want to pitch you a character that they're putting together for Ragnarok, and I was like, okay. And it was right when COVID started, so they the creators actually came over to my house, and we sat there for about 6 hours, and they pitched the entire storyline, the entire thing.
Rare thing for games.
And it was this tapestry of really beautiful, intense storytelling. And I was like, oh my God. And then they started showing me the artwork, and I was like, oh, this is great. And they were like, and then this is you. And I was like, he's a big boy. And they were like, yeah, we're going old school Norse mythology with this. And I was just like, I love this. So the way that I presented him was, he has a bit of pathos to him that you wouldn't necessarily expect. That there's some relationships that they investigate, where they with his father, with his wife, and with his daughter. They show this other side of him that I was really interested in, which is that, like, for one, he's a drunk, and he's trying not to be a drunk for his family. Like, these very sort of like off-center choices for like a Norse god.
Yeah.
That you don't look at a Norse god and go like, oh, really? He feels that way? You know, so that I tried to present it that way, if that makes sense.
So you're sort of saying that the take is more of a humanistic take on a god, or a god attempting to be as mortal as possible.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
A lot of the old school people who were here remember that I made several videos about Thor and how he might be a more sympathetic character. I thought that maybe because he is part giant and, you know, he's killing all the giants, that's why he's drunk all the time, to make that a little bit easier. And it seems like they're kind of going a similar route with what Ryan says here, that, you know, he's trying not to be drunk for his family, that he's trying to make good choices for his family. But maybe he's just doing it the wrong way entirely. But he's a god who's trying to be mortal, and that sounds a lot like the character of Kratos in a way. So I find this very exciting, and I remember when I made those videos saying that Thor might be a little bit more sympathetic. People just did not like me for that. A lot of people pushed back on that idea. I think that people really want to vilify Thor, and rightfully so. He's not a good person because of the things that he's done in the God of War lore. But I do find it interesting that they decided to go this route, and I think it's because they're really done with the whole one-dimensional character villain. For example, Ares, he just wanted more power for the sake of having power. Zeus wanted to hold on to his power for the sake of just holding on to his power. So it's always kind of a one-dimensional character type of thing. But with Baldur, he had many dimensions, many reasons why he was acting the way he's acting. And I think that they're going to go this route with, you know, Freya and Thor and all the other villains, that they're not just one-dimensional villains that games used to do back then. These are complex characters with complex stories, and I find this so interesting. Let me know your thoughts on this clip on the comment section down below. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Bye, everybody.